Welcome everybody to week 12 of Kleschka Picks. It is Thanksgiving week, so I hope you all have a good Thanksgiving and get ready to eat turkey, ham, whatever your family's going to eat this Thanksgiving. Let's get started with the Thanksgiving games. Chicago and Detroit, the Bears and the Lions. The Lions beat the Panthers last week and Chicago won on Sunday night. They looked great defensively and they shut down Minnesota. Now, I think Chicago is going to run away with the division this year. Maybe some team will keep up with them, but I think Chicago has it locked up. I think they're looking good going forward as long as there are no injuries. I think Chicago's going to look great for the rest of the season. Then the Lions, they got a very good win over the Panthers. I thought the Panthers were going to win that game easily, but they were like, nope, we're going to compete, and we came out with the victory. This time, I think the Bears will win on Thanksgiving, 30-24. The Cowboys and the Redskins. The Redskins lost to the Texans, and Alex Smith suffered a gruesome leg injury. I will play it right here. If you have a weak stomach, do not watch, because it bended in a way a leg should not bend.
McCoy is your backup. We will keep you updated.
Then the Cowboys beat the Falcons. I thought this was going to be a good game, and it did end up being a good game because the Cowboys won on a game-winning field goal. The Falcons have played so many close games this year, but they always are on the losing side of these close games. Their offense could be better. I know it can. Julio Jones did have a touchdown. He's been heating up lately with touchdowns. He's always been good with yards. They have a great offense. Matt Ryan is a former MVP. Tevin Coleman steps up for the running back spot without Devonta Freeman. And Calvin Ridley, great rookie, but they have not put it all together. They're not working like a unit. If they do, they could be a really great offense, but I think it's too late in the season for that to happen. So, back to Dallas and Washington. I think Dallas, they're working great lately ever since I got Amari Cooper. He's been great for their offense. And with the injury of Alex Smith the first week after, I don't think, especially on a short week, I don't think the Redskins are going to be ready to prepare for an offense without him. So I think that the Cowboys will win 24-13. Falcons and Saints. Saints destroyed the Eagles. Absolutely destroyed them. Now, the Falcons, like I said, they lost to the Cowboys on a game-winning field goal. Last time these two teams played, the Falcons and Saints, it was a high-scoring game. And the Saints came out on top, but this time I think that's going to be the same result. The Falcons, like I said, they don't look like they have it together. If their offense could work together and get all things clicking on the right path, then oh my god, I feel like they'd be unstoppable. But their defense has to be there too to help. Anyways, I think the Saints are on a 9-game winning streak and their offense is so good. They have that click. Everybody's working together. Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Drew Brees, great quarterback. So I think he'll have an easy time beating the Falcons 38-27. The 49ers and the Buccaneers. 49ers were on a bye and the Buccaneers almost came back against the Giants. They were this close. It looked like they were done for. Then Jameis Winston came in and he showed them some hope. And they almost completed that comeback against the Giants. So this week, I don't think the Buccaneers are going to have that magic this week. I think the 49ers are actually going to come out on top. They've looked good ever since that quarterback, Mullins, I believe his name is. Mullins came in and got the win for them on Thursday night. And I think he's going to do good against the Buccaneers. Their defense hasn't been amazing, and they've had struggles at quarterback all season long just because they had this lucky performance from Jameis Winston where he almost brought him all the way back. I don't think that means there's going to be victory for Tampa Bay this week. I think the 49ers are going to win 26-17. The Giants and the Eagles, like I said, Giants snuck away with a victory against Tampa Bay. It looked like they had it all locked up and then they almost gave it away. Then the Eagles, they were just destroyed by the Saints. That's really all you got to say. They're definitely not the Super Bowl team that we saw last year. Now, I think this is going to be an interesting game. I feel like the Eagles would come out on top easily, but I think the Giants are going to be competitive, and I think the Giants are actually going to win this game. They've looked pretty good. Eli Manning's finally using Odell Beckham as a weapon this year and being like, oh yeah, I got that great wide receiver over there. Then Saquon Barkley is a beast. So I think the Giants are going to win 27-24. Patriots and Jets, both of these teams were on a bye week last week. The Patriots, you know, they're the Patriots. If Tom Brady's under center, then it's going to be a tough opponent. And then the Jets, you know, they've had a roller coaster season. There's times where it's been like you're on the ultimate highs and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Sam Darnold, you are the dude that we've been waiting for. And then there's times where you'll be like, Sam Darnold, can you please get off the team? Because like I said, it's been a roller coaster. Lots of highs, lots of lows. close. But you're playing the Patriots, who always have that magic and know how to beat teams. They know your weakness and your strengths, and they're gonna attack those. So I think the Patriots are gonna win this game 30-13. Browns and Bengals. Browns were on a bye. Bengals lost to the Ravens in Lamar Jackson's first start, but we'll talk about that when we get to the Ravens. Anyways, the Browns, last time we saw them play some football, they beat the Falcons. I thought the Falcons were going to have that game locked up, but you know Baker Mayfield, he was feeling dangerous, and he got the victory for the Browns. And the Bengals, that game was close. The Ravens had it all the way to the end. They were the better team when it came down to the final minute. So I think even though the Bengals lost, I think this is going to be close between the Bengals and Browns, because early in the season, the Bengals looked good. Then they kind of fell off. The Browns have looked better of late, because that last game against the Falcons was a very impressive win, if you ask me. So I think it's going to be close, but I think the Bengals edge the Browns 24-20. The Seahawks and the Panthers. Panthers lost to the Lions, and the Seahawks, my Seahawks, we beat the Green Bay Packers. That's right. Russell Wilson has that special talent to go toe-to-toe with elite quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. He's done it before, and I think this will be a game, a very good game. You know, I think it's going to be close, and I think these two teams are going to show very good football. I think they're going to compete. I think it's going to be elite performances. Players are going to step up, because the Seahawks are in the hunt, so are the Panthers. Both of these teams want a playoff spot at season's end, so that this game matters. This is going to be huge for playoffs. So I think Seattle's going to compete hard. Russell Wilson's not going to give up. We've had so many close games this year, ones we've won and ones we've lost. So I think it's going to be Seattle getting the victory over Carolina. They've looked good and hot as of late, so I think that the Seahawks are going to win 23-21. The Bills and the Jaguars. Bills were on a bye week last week. Jaguars just lost to the Steelers when it came down to the last play. I could not believe that. We'll talk about that when we get to the Steelers. Anyways, Jaguars, I had so much hope in their defense this year. It actually stepped up for most of the game this previous week, but then, you know, it kind of let them down when it counted. Anyways, I thought they were going to be so much of a better team, like the team we saw last year from Jacksonville. Anyways, I think Buffalo, I think they're not going to get past Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville last week, even though they lost, they showed some good signs, and I think they're going to continue, and they're going to have their great game this week against Buffalo and get the victory 31-20. The Raiders and the Ravens. Lamar Jackson had his first start last week. On the first drive, they didn't throw the ball once. They ran every single play, whether it be Lamar Jackson or a running back or like a jet sweep or something, but they scored. So Lamar Jackson has talent. He can lead this team, and he did to victory. Anyways, I think that Baltimore is the better team. Oakland got the victory against Arizona, but that's not an impressive team to beat, if you ask me. I mean, come on. That was a battle of like two low victory teams, and Oakland came out on top. And it's just been a struggle for Oakland this season. They were very excited to get that win, but I don't think they will get a win this week against Baltimore. Baltimore has a good defense, and I think Lamar Jackson will lead them to victory once again, 30-24. The Chargers and the Cardinals. Chargers were upset by the Broncos. I was very shocked by that game. Then the Cardinals, like I said, they lost to Oakland. They probably do not feel good after that, but Los Angeles, they are way more impressive than the Cardinals. The talent they have on that team, Phillip Rivers is a okay quarterback. I mean, he's good, but like, I don't think he's reached elite status. I say he's good. He's a good quarterback. He hasn't reached like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees. He's good. He's right under that tier. Like, there's that tier, and then there's the tier that Phillip Rivers is at. And then you have Keenan Allen, who's an amazing receiver, Melvin Gordon, who's having a hell of a year. And I think the Chargers are a way more talented team than the Cardinals. I think the Chargers win 34-17. The Steelers and the Broncos. Steelers, Big Ben saved the day for the Steelers last week. And then the Broncos, they upset the Chargers on a game-winning field goal. I couldn't believe it. I thought the Chargers easily were going to have that game. Then Pittsburgh, I thought, was easily going to beat Jacksonville. And they beat them, but just barely. Literally came down to the last play. So Denver, I don't think you're getting the win this week. With Big Ben having this confidence after last week's win, and he has all this talent with Antonio Brown, Juju Smith, James Conner being great in the absence of Le'Veon Bell. So I think that Pittsburgh will win 33-16. The Colts and the Dolphins. Dolphins were on a bye last week, and the Colts got a victory over the Titans, where Marcus Mariota was injured in that game. I'm not sure if he's starting next game. I don't think he is. So I think that's going to be a huge impact for Tennessee. But we're not talking about Tennessee. We're talking about Indianapolis and Miami. Miami, like I said, on a bye week, and then the Colts have looked good of late. They are on a winning streak right now. The offensive line is great for them. The offense is looking great for them. Andrew Luck and T.Y. Hilton are getting that click they had seasons ago, and I think it's working. With Marlon Mack being a weapon as well, Eric Ebron, this team's looking good, and I think that the Colts will beat the Dolphins 30-20. The Vikings and the Packers. Vikings lost to the Bears, like I said, on Sunday Night Football. Packers lost to my Seahawks, baby. There's a whole thing with Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy not getting along, so I think that's a huge part on why this Packers team is struggling. This Packers team is negative, folks. That is odd for an Aaron Rodgers-led Packers team. Then the Vikings, they started off hot and they've kind of fallen down as well. However, I think the Packers, with Aaron Rodgers leading the way, and he's played this Vikings team many times, even though they tied this season, I think the Packers are going to come out on top this time. I think, like I said, Aaron Rodgers, elite quarterback, elite status. I think he can get the job done. I think he will win 27-19. The Texans and the Titans. The Titans looked good coming off their bye week until they played the Colts, and the Colts just brought him back down to earth. Then the Texans snuck away with a victory against the Redskins, just barely. Like I said, Alex Smith got injured in that game. Did not look good for him. Looked very bad. And then Marcus Mariota for the Titans. I don't even know if he's starting this week. I haven't heard anything, but I know he got hurt. He did not play throughout the whole game, so I don't think the Titans are going to get the victory. I think the Texans are on their winning streak. They've been looking good of late, so their defense has been good. Their offense has been good. J.J. Watt leads that defense. Deshaun Watson leads that offense, along with weapons DeAndre Hopkins and Lamar Miller. I think the Texans are looking good for this week with a victory over the Titans, 27-17. All right, thank you everybody for watching week 12 of Kleschka Picks, Thanksgiving edition. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. Thank all your friends, your family, and just anyone you love. I will see you next time.